Hey everybody, XEI here for a vlog, which is actually an audition for the AngelArts Pokemon Tabletop Campaign. I've never played the video games, I've never read the manga, never watched the cartoons, never played the card game, but there's something about AngelArt campaigns that made me intrigued because of the points he made about how this game is going to be run. The fact that this is going to be more of a mature storytelling perspective. The fact that, I love Digimon, digital monsters, because of the one Digimon per Digidestined, and the fact that there was that bond there. And this is what this game actually feels more like. So that leads me to the third point, which is, we're going to make a character with a Pokemon, but another player is actually going to play the Pokemon. I've been a GM for the last 20 years off and on. I've rarely been a player, which is also something that makes me want to try out for this. Despite the whole Pokemon thing, that's something you can learn, and this is something I recommend for other people out there too. Don't let the setting ever prevent you from joining a gaming group. Just get out there and try things. The characters make the story, not the setting, right? So don't worry about it. You'll learn that as you go. So where does one even go to build a concept for Pokemon when he doesn't even know anything about Pokemon? Well, I went to Google, I typed in Ghost Pokemon because I'm a fan of horror, I'm a fan of gothic storytelling, and I wanted to sort of bring that in because it's just a comfortable place for me to build a character in a setting that I'm not familiar with. And lo and behold, Ghost is a type in the Pokemon universe, so made it very easy for me to hone in on that and then try to build a concept tied to one of the Ghost Pokemon. The first Pokemon I chose was the Dusk Skull. I love the image of it, and I love the idea of it, that it was like the soul of potentially the soul of people. Again, I'm out of context here, guys, so let's get into it. So his name is Chase Imphey. So he's called Imp on the street. He was orphaned at an early age. He did flee the orphanage so that he could live on the streets. He's in his early 20s today. He's still been living on the streets. He doesn't like to be in the same place for too long. He practices parkour. It's something he's very interested in because it allows him to get into that mindset of just being in motion, not being hung up on the past, and always moving forward. His enthusiasm comes from the fact that he's lost his fear for death, and there might be something in his past that has led him to that state of mind. He is an introvert, though, who spends a lot of time assessing people or his environment. When he gets cornered, he has this imposing glare or presence that he uses on his opponents in order to create an opening so that he can flee. So he's more of a, how do I evade a problem instead of confronting it dead on? He often comes across as mysterious because he doesn't talk about his past, which has led him to bottle up a lot of his memories. And usually these memories come to him in the form of dreams or daydreams, nightmares, or like flashes that trigger based on either somewhere he's at that reminds him of something, or an object he sees. He either tags objects with the name Imp, or he spray paints walls or whatever, just to kind of put a stamp on that memory, if you will. This life led him to find a distressed Pokemon in a dumpster one day that he ends up saving and nurturing back to health. This Pokemon is a Mimikyu, but how this all comes together while I was developing this character is that instead of it being a Mimikyu that has like that sheet over them to make them look like Pikachu, Chase actually created another sort of thing for him to put over himself that makes him look more like a Dusk Skull. So, and it sort of matches like what he looks like when Chase zips up his hood. He's kind of like, he'll have like glasses or goggles, and the hood, when it zips up, it actually has this stylized skull representation on the face. I want the bond to be such where he feels like this Mimikyu is actually an extension of himself, and in quiet times or when he's alone with this Pokemon, he will sometimes refer to it as his brother. He's the kind of guy, like if you know Captain America in the movie, where like he'll go down but he doesn't stay down, and he just takes punishment. I mean, I have ideas of what that could be, but I want to leave it open so that this can kind of dynamically get created during the storytelling or in collaboration with the DM. And that's it. That's my pitch, and this is coming from a guy who knows nothing about Pokemon. So if there's anyone out there who's interested in doing this, or someone who's interested in trying out for this, spread the word, because if I can do this, then you guys could do it. Okay, so get out there, give it a shot. good luck everybody who's auditioning for this, and I hope everyone has fun during the process of creating a character concept. I love these kinds of things. I love the exercise behind it all, and that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, folks. Peace.